Welcome VR lovers and SideQuest fans, my name is Tony and today we're going to look at a game called T for God. Now before we begin, make sure to check out my channel and subscribe if you'd like to be kept up to date with all the latest Oculus Quest news. You can get this from the SideQuest store and sideload it. I have a tutorial video on that if you're unsure of how to do that. And this game isn't new, but it's been recently updated, and it's been updated to include hand tracking features. So we're going to check that out. We're also going to check out some of the older features, but unique and good features of this game, which is procedurally generated environments, which means the environments adapt to your actual play space. So you can walk around and you'll never bump into furniture or walls or anything like that, and you'll never need to teleport because the environments generate around the area you have to play with. Now you can see we have this menu here which shows all the different hand actions. I'm making hand actions, and you can see when they're highlighting yellow that some of them overlap with each other, and so you'll see it in game as well. Sometimes it can confuse certain hand signals with others and perform actions that you don't want to perform. But it looks like a lot of hand actions, but it's actually not too bad to remember. You get used to it after a time, although some of them, like the one where you have to pull down your middle finger and keep your other straight, I found that quite difficult. Now, in this game, there's different difficulties. I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to have a mode where you have infinite life, infinite ammo, because as you'll see, I just want to demonstrate the hand tracking. I don't really want to, do a proper playthrough of the game. That's not the purpose of this video. It's really just to show you this new hand tracking feature. And you'll see how crap I am at this game in a moment. And so if I did play it without infinite health and infinite ammo, you'll see I'll be restarting the game quite a few times. So let's get it started. And the menu system works much like the Oculus Quest menu system. You pinch to select buttons. The hand tracking works, well, at least it did at the start. Some things like that gun unfolding out, I didn't mean to do that. And that happens at time to time with this hand tracking. I got a bit of bad luck at the start. I got faced with an enemy, and aiming and shooting, as you can see, I'm using my finger to shoot and not having any problem, but it did get a bit worse as it went on. So I was getting shot here. I'm not sure where it's coming from. I believe it's coming through the wall. There's a bit of a glitch, as you will see. Now you see this corridor has been generated, and that's what happens. The corridors will generate, they'll twist and turn to conform to your play space. So you never step outside your play space, yet you can walk through the environment and never stop. And that's the procedurally generated environment. It's a fantastic feature, and a feature I'd love to see in future games, because it works surprisingly really well, and you do get lost in the world. But I recommend having a decent sized play space, because if you have it too small, there's a lot of twists and turns, and it might get a bit too twisty, if you like. So here's an elevator, and that will take me to another level. So far the hand tracking was working well, having no real problems, and it's really cool, using my hands to grasp onto the walls and peek around the corners. I really like that. It really immersed me. So I was having no problem with that. Where I was having problems though, as you'll see, is with the shooting. Firing the gun was okay most of the time, but trying to aim, like you see here, and I'm not saying I'm the best shot, but tough. It was very difficult. It didn't feel like my hands were aligning with the hands of the avatar, with the hands of the robot, and so it's really hard to get an accurate shot, and you had to be quite, take your time. So with the hand tracking, I found everything you had to take your time with it. Aiming, shooting, you had to make really precise, pronounced movements. Although if you did take your time, and I could because I had infinite health, you found that eventually you'd get to where you want to go. So I found this station here, and I'm not sure what it was, but it gave me the opportunity to interact some more. They had a couple of levers here, and a gun. I'm not sure if that's something to do with ammo or something like that. Maybe if you know, you can drop it in the comment section below. But interacting with the levers was fine, with the hand tracking. Pressing buttons was fine, no problems with those sorts of things. But like I said, it was the aiming, and also sometimes the movements got confused with one another. So I'd do an action that I didn't intend to do, and that was the main issue there. So I'm trying to fire with this gun. This gun I had a bit of trouble firing as well. I'm not sure, for some reason my left hand trigger finger wasn't activating the gun as well as my right hand trigger finger, so I stuck mostly to my right hand gun. I don't know whether it was just a feature of myself or something else. And I feel I was in quite a well lit environment as well, so I don't think it was anything to do with my environment that made the tracking mess up sometimes. So this is like a, I found out like a grenade type object, like a sticky bomb, if you like, a proximity mine. Or so I pressed the button, I activated it. I've never tried this before, but I took a punt, and it turns out it is. I tried to throw it, and it sort of just stuck the wall next to me. So yeah, I tried to retrieve it, but it blew up in my face. Again, another reason why I have infinite health, because I am a complete noob when it comes to this game. So here I am with the controllers, just to do a comparison. And already, as soon as I started, you could just feel the difference, the responsiveness, you know, doing what you want the game to do by pressing buttons. It was just so much of a better experience. And that's not to knock the hand tracking in this game. I really commend the authors for giving it a go, and you know, it's all very experimental at this stage. And for what it is, you know, it works, and you can play the game like that. Now, if you want to play the game seriously, I don't think you can do it with hand tracking at this point. At least it's going to put you at a serious disadvantage, because it's just not quite there yet. But, you know, like I said, it's fantastic to see the authors doing something like this. And it's great to be able to test it in a game like this, you know, like they've done with the procedurally generated environments, the hand tracking as well. I love the fact that they're doing all this groundbreaking stuff, and it does give you a bit of a glimpse of a potential future where you're going to be able to use hand tracking, where there might be unique features like procedurally generated environments that allow you to walk around without, you know, damaging yourself or your house. So the verdict is, it's great to be able to try hand tracking in an experience like this. It isn't quite there yet, but just to experience what it might be like in a game is a real good experience, and I will recommend downloading this new updated version of T for God to give it a try yourself. Like I always say, do consider supporting SideQuest and the authors if you want to see more of this stuff in the future. And that's it for me. You can check out my channel to see all the latest news on Oculus Quest and other Oculus Quest videos. But it's bye for now.